Hello, teachers. Our career can be very rewarding, but it can also leave us feeling completely exhausted. I have some great tips for you to help support you so that you don't leave this important job like so many teachers do when they first start teaching, or even after 10, 15 years, teachers tend to get burnt out. So I'd love to share some tips with you to help take care of yourself. Tip number one, just breathe. Sometimes we get so busy that we forget to breathe. So make sure you take some time to catch some deep breaths. Doing mindful breathing with your students can be helpful. There's things like 5-finger breathing, where you start by breathing in and breathing out. So as you go out, up and down your fingers, you breathe in and you go out as you trace all of your fingers. And we call that 5-finger breathing. And that can be really helpful. So breathing in and breathing out as you go up and down those fingers. So breathing in as you go up, breathing out as you go down. Another one you can do is box breathing, where you're tracing the shape of a box. So you'd breathe in, hold for 4 as we go across, breathe out for 4 as we go down, and then we breathe. So we breathe. And then hold again to trace that box. So a couple strategies you can do by yourself, or you can do with your students, because if you do it with your students, it actually will help your classroom management as well, because the kids will stay calm too. Tip number 2, don't forget to step outside. A few moments of fresh air will do you some good. I do teach with my outside door and my windows open, depending on the time of year. It doesn't get super cold where I live. So I just tell the students layer up, and they don't come to school in t-shirts most of the time. And because they know we want that fresh air, and it keeps them healthier throughout the year. And it helps definitely me feel healthier. They feel healthier, and it's become a really good strategy in my classroom. And then with my outside door open, I can quickly step outside, take some big breaths in and out, enjoy that fresh air, and then go back refreshed for my students. So you can try that strategy if you have that option, or even just some windows open. It can be really helpful. Just kind of stand near the window, pretend you're breathing in the outside if you don't happen to have an outside door. Practice gratitude. I love to do this with my class. So what I do is I share 3 things that I am grateful for with my students, and then I have them share 3 things that they are grateful for with a partner of their choice. I tend to do it in a longer work period, where they'll work for maybe 15, 20 minutes, maybe longer depending on the day and what we're doing if they're engaged. And then I gives them a movement break. It gives them a talking break, and generally it really helps with my classroom management. It also makes them feel happier. They love it, and if I miss it, they remind me. So try that. It's good for you and it's good for your students. Tip number 4 is to think about your why. Why did you become a teacher? I'm pretty sure it's you wanted to make a difference in your students' lives. If you became a teacher because you get summers off, it's not really a good benefit, because we need those summers to recharge and replenish ourselves so we're ready for them again when we start back up in the new school year. So you also are thinking about your why in the sense that you become a safe place for your students. They need you. They want you to care about them. Some of our students come from homes where they don't feel that way and they don't get the kind of attention they need. And so think about your why. Why did you become a teacher? What are the deep down reasons? And that can help you to keep going as well. And knowing that you're making a difference in students' lives can also help you to keep on going. Number 5 is to schedule time for something you love. What is it you love to do? So for me, I love to walk my dogs and pet them too, of course, because we know that that's a stress reducing strategy. I love to play board games, drink tea, do yoga, all simple things, but it helps to keep balance in your life, because sometimes, you can stay at the classroom super late. You can do planning and marking and report writing and all those things. So make sure that you're scheduling in time to do something you love as well. Okay, number 6, I know, We all love to have those stashes of chocolate in our drawers or our teachers' cupboards, and those things are important, but it is important to fuel ourselves properly. One thing I did a few years ago is I purchased a small little fridge for my classroom. In my fridge, I keep lots of bottles of water. I keep fruit and yogurt and other healthy snacks in there. And then I make sure I have enough to last me, a few days or the week, or depending on what it is and how long it will last in my fridge. So then I'm not having to prep those snacks every day at home. And so it also becomes a little time saver. One of my least favorite things about going to work is preparing lunches. I'm fortunate that I get to go home for lunch because I live really close to my school and I have family at home who makes my lunch. So I'm pretty spoiled. But for you, maybe you can prep out your lunch for a few days as well and just have that little fridge. And I find that's really helpful. Tip number 7 is to talk to your colleagues. Sometimes it's so easy to get stuck in our classrooms because we get so busy working and then we don't want to leave our classroom, but it's super important to have those conversations with colleagues. I'm feeling a little bit sad this time of year as my teacher friend who has been across the hall from me for many years is leaving to go on to a different position in another school. So I am certainly going to miss her. I'm going to miss the laughter, the chats we would have, her shoulder to lean on, bouncing ideas off of each other, all of those things. They just became part of my daily routine. So try and find those colleagues who you can talk to. And that's such a good stress reliever, super helpful for us and very healthy. In fact, one of my other colleagues who was brand new to teaching, she said to us yesterday that one of the things that got her through the day was hearing our laughter in the hallway. So such an important part of keeping ourselves sane and healthy and looking after our mental health and all of us, right, is to find those colleagues just to spread some joy with. Okay, tip number 8, finding shortcuts. This is one of the biggest things I teach my student teachers. When I have them, I usually have a student teacher every year if I can. And I like to teach them how to manage their time a little bit better because otherwise you're going to spend 24 hours a day prepping and planning for your classroom. One of the things I do is I plan out at least a week in advance and I do all my photocopying at one time as much as possible so that I'm not, taking trips to that photocopier every day and, figuring out, what do I need to do? What do I need to copy? I get everything together. I like to make booklets when I can so that those are ready to go even a week or a month versus like if I'm going to have a phonics booklet or something like that, I will prep that all in advance. And then you can differentiate it too, right? So it's easy to do. You can make a stack like these booklets are for this group, these are for this group, and these are for this group. They're all photocopied, they're ready to go, and you save time and that you're not running back and forth from that photocopier. I like to plan it because then I can go, okay, so on this day I'm doing this reading comprehension strategy, then this one, or whatever your activities are. It's just easy to line everything up. Same thing. Every day I try and read two picture books a day at least, minimum. Try for 3. And so I have my big stack of picture books ready to go on my desk for a week. And it just is one less trips to the library if I'm going to go get library books, things like that. So finding shortcuts, super important for us for sure. I do have a Teachers Pay Teachers store, Teaching Literacy with Deb. I hope you will check it out. I've been working hard to create resources to help teachers to save them time, to make sure their students are engaged and have fun. I have lots of really cute clip art in my resources that I think your students will love. I target kindergarten and first grade. Some of the things can be adapted for grade 2 as well, but my main focus is kindergarten and grade 1 if you want to check out any of those resources. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I will be adding lots of helpful tips for your classroom, including some behavior management strategies for you. I hope you all have an amazing day. Don't give up. Keep going. You're doing very important work. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me.